Here with Patrick Hager, head cross-country coach for the men and women. Welcome, and welcome to another year. We'll start off first. Maybe, if you want to do a general overview of the team, but we can dive into each the men and the women as we go along. But what was last year like for your cross-country programs last fall?
Yeah, last fall was a good year. We had definitely an older men's team. Our top four guys were all seniors that were sort of leading the way, so that was fantastic for the younger guys to learn under them. And from a performance aspect, they helped us a lot in terms of our third place finish for the men. And for the women, we did have a younger squad last year in retrospect, so we lost one senior, so we're returning a lot. But they also finished third. Almost climbed up to finish second there, so it went really well. So there's a lot of expectations to follow up on that this year.
How do you build on? Let's start with the men first. How do you build overcome the loss of those, and who do you have coming up in the wings that are going to take over those leadership? And
for sure, yeah. I guess in some sense, what we're talking about to the guys is like, you don't really, we're not looking to like replace them or look for the next Dave Russo or Dylan Bell or Dylan Beckhorn. We're looking for guys that sort of continue to develop. Those guys were seniors doing really high mileage and things. These guys are climbing up there, but they need to sort of stay in their lane and still do the things that got Dave and those guys to where they were at. So we've been talking about that. But yeah, so far so good. Caleb Casper, JJ Eustace, Zach Tucker, Sam Lyon are kind of leading the way. Sophomores and juniors. So they've got some time together the next couple of years, but they look good so far.
Okay, and who are some of those newer faces that are kind of waiting in the wings and have potential?
Yeah, there's three freshman guys who in the first week or so far have really stood out. Ben Allen, who we knew was going to be pretty good. Amos Bixler and Mitch Felix, who have been kind of running just off that top pack, and even with them in some instances in the workout so far. So we'll see, but there's really a good promise there and a really young squad.
And what's the potential, you think? What are some of the goals, or what are you shooting for?
Yeah, I think the floor is kind of third place in the conference. I think that's sort of at the very least. I think we can maintain that. Not knowing what Naz and Fisher brought back, knowing kind of what they lost, but even with COVID, not knowing who's coming back for fifth year or anything like that, I think there is a chance for a second place finish. I think Nazareth will be really tough to beat for first. We'll never rule it out, but second place finish in the E8 would be really big for us this year.
In the women, a little bit different dynamic. You do lose a senior, but you bring back some strong leaders in the upperclassmen this year. And talk a little bit about them.
Well, the two names you'll hear a lot, Amanda Berchter and Rachel Damaraki, they had great cross-country seasons last year, but then even beyond that, they continued to develop indoor and outdoor, and they both won individual conference titles in their distance events. Amanda won 2 indoor, and then was in Africa, and then Rachel won the 5K outdoor. So big expectations for them in the sense of where they'll fall in the conference, which, could they be 1-2 in the conference? Maybe. I don't know. There'll be some other people, but it's a possibility. Tabitha Clark, freshman year had a great year. Again, great cross-country season, but then even got better in track, finishing third in the 1500 and being one of the top 800 runners in the conference. So that's good. And then Kennedy Mccoy, we added just last spring. She transferred in from Cuca, and I think she podiumed in the 5K outdoors. Strong returning class.
And who are some of those other ones that are will help provide some depth?
Yeah. Well, just like the guys, right away, Noelle, Linden, Felser, a freshman, has really stepped it up and looked great. She's never run cross country, actually. She was mainly a track runner at Grand Island in high school, but we're kind of just looking to develop her. But she's looking like she's got some great potential right off the get go. And then we have a couple of other freshmen. Allie Welch and Rachel Smith and Kira Binney, two of them who have some injuries coming in that we're sort of working through. They'll take a little bit more time, but they'll be solid for us for sure in the future.
And what are you projecting for this?
Yeah, we'll say top 3, but I don't really want to say it on camera, although maybe I do. I think this squad has a chance to run it back like we did in 2019 and win, without knowing what Naz and Fisher are bringing in. But I think if those 5 and Phoebe Grant and Alexa Binney, some of those other depth we have, can really do well and stay healthy and be focused, I don't think winning is out of the question. I think it's a possibility. So we'll kind of figure out the best way to focus on that as we get through the first few races and stuff. So.
Perfect. And we start at home on the first.
Short course down at the Field of Dreams. Spectator friendly, so come on down and watch us Thursday. I think 5:00. So.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Good luck this season.
Bye.